It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Podcast Network. Week 8 of quarantine. We'd be, halfway through an NFL season here into quarantine. And, a lot of industries have been hit so hard. We've talked about that at length. And I think this is finally the week where the podcast industry, at least our show, is being hit because I just don't even know what to talk to you about.
Dude.
Our show is not structured to begin with. It's not like we have, we've never relied on one sport or one thing. It's always been free for all, and it's always been about our experiences and whatever we've been doing, and we haven't been doing a thing. We just sat here 4:36 as we record this. I think we've been talking for 31 minutes trying to figure out something that we did to talk about, and there's nothing.
I did something.
Mr. Fancy Pants over here doing things. Okay.
First of all, look at me. I look kind of tan.
I was gonna get to it, but we might as well just do it right now. I don't know what kind of schedule you're on, but I get the feeling you keep showering right before our show, and I don't fucking like it. I don't like it one bit.
This is only my second time showering before the show.
Well, you look fucking good when you do it, and I don't like it.
I sat outside for a long time yesterday, so I got a little color.
You got some color.
But the other thing I did is I've stopped writing a book. So that was the
imaginary book writing that I'm no longer doing.
Bro, I texted you, I think it was the day I was going home, and I was like, because objectively, what's happening is an interesting story where moderately successful adults are going home and living with their families again.
Yeah, definitely.
And all my siblings have jobs and stuff, so it's like everyone lives alone,
yep.
But we're all back together, and it's like you get to redo childhood. That's objectively an interesting or unique case. Maybe not interesting, but unique. It's very rare that someone. So I had the idea. I texted you. I was like, I'm gonna keep notes, and this is gonna be, maybe one day I'll put this into a book. I've stopped taking notes because nothing happens, and the note taking is so funny because day one it's like John, you're gonna be a writer. We need serious notes here. I have so this is embarrassing.
Wait, this is gonna be great. John Henry, which by the way, your pen name would have to be something like that, like J.H. Feidelberg or J. Henry. His career as a novel writer is brought to you by 1-800-Flowers. I got him right here. Let me tell you something about flowers real quick. Let me tell you something as I peer through on the video. Nature is fucking fascinating because we got these flowers. I got these flowers sent to me a week ago, and they were not in bloom, and now they sprouted into this beautiful bouquet. When you order the 1-800-Flowers, they come so fresh that you get them right when they're on the verge of coming out. So you get a full week of them as at their peak. And now I've got this gorgeous bouquet of flowers here. I also had some sent to my mom, my baby mama. They do it right because they're fresh. They're delivered on time. They're full, voluptuous bouquets.
They drink water like a sumbitch too.
What's that?
They drink water like a sumbitch.
Well,
you gotta
fill
that face up a lot.
Well, I'm out. Yeah, you're right. I had this thing fucking full, and I was like, damn, this is like having planet Earth right here in my house. I'm watching these things grow bigger and fresher. How about that? Science, nature, unbelievable. And so you still got time, but not much. Get it in right now. It's this Sunday. So if you want your mom to know that you love her, you want your wife, your baby mama, your aunt, your sister, whoever who has given the gift of life, you got to give them the gift of flowers. And it's not just flowers over at 1-800-Flowers.com. They have all sorts of nice gifts. Mine came with this nice purple vase, however you say it. So you can really show the people in your life, the moms of your life, that you love them by going to 1-800-Flowers.com. You click the radio icon and you enter code KFC. So 1-800-Flowers, 89flowers.com. Click the radio icon, enter code KFC. Do it before Friday. So just do it right now. Just stop what you're doing. Do it now so you don't get in trouble for missing this one. They've got roses, lilies, daisies, palms, all blooms, tulips, everything shipped right at their peak overnight to ensure freshness. 1-800flowers.com. Click radio icon, code KFC. So Johnny Novels, hit me, Johnny Novels.
This is so bad. It's also so funny. The amount of note taking on day one. It goes like, okay, so day one, and again, I'm ready to.
Props to you for reading this, because this is like reading your diary. iPhone notes are like, this is, where you think you're the funniest, you think you're the deepest. These are your thoughts. Think about it, where you're like, I must write this down because this is so good and I don't want to forget it. So,
bro, this is so like I'm fully like I'm working back on this. I'm such an asshole.
Look at you, you're turning bright red. You're fucking like tightened up. This is gonna be good.
I'm fully thinking like I'm a writer. I'm a writer. So first note, finally succumbed to a mother's request. Yeah. I have to read it in an accent so I can
say, what is this, like,
from it mentally.
Is this like the 1700s? Like this reminds me of those letters that people used to joke about. Andrew Luck writing his Civil War letters. I've finally succumbed to my mother's requests.
To our mothers, not my mother's.
Our mother's request.
And she had been hassling. She's like, "You should come home. You should come home. You should come home." So I finally succumbed. One last walk around an empty city. More police officers and soldiers than some going German with it.
We're going Nazi there, huh? Okay.
More police officers and soldiers than citizens. People turning shoulders as you passed and jumping into empty streets to avoid even close encounters.
Poetic. I like it, though. You're painting a picture. I get it. I'm on board.
Walked by bars frequented for years and wondered if we'd ever set foot in them again. A few beers to stave off a hangover. Empty the fridge of cupboards and perishable foods.
Why did you go German? What is going on?
I'm Feitelberg. The walk out to super cleaning with a mask on. Reluctantly offers to grab a box which I say no to. I don't know when the next time I'll be able to wash my hands.
Wash my.
Where are we here? It rains the whole way home while I sit in the back, maintaining a 6-foot distance. A rear microphone blares in my ear. Aerosmith and Jay Giles band as my dad tries to have a conversation, and we tiptoe around the fact that he's not taking this as seriously as I am. Fucking short-ass loser.
I can absolutely feel how you think this is so important. This is going to be a novel. I am smashing this. I'm going to be a New York Times bestseller with this one.
Bro, it's such a fucking 2 months ago. Me 2 months ago. Absolute dickhead.
Dickhead now too. Dickhead period. But keep going.
My mother packs a lunch. Chicken salad and my favorite candy. A Justin's peanut butter cup. I never eat the apple. I fall asleep because I'm a fucking asshole. My dad has made a 7-hour round trip to save me from the epicenter of a pandemic, and I can't give him a co-pilot. and then we get down. That's day 1. Day 7, first note, woke up, did nothing. I have woke up, did nothing. Workout, cardio, blog, weights, Friday night fights. Those are my notes for that day. It went downhill so
fast. So fucking fast.
But then there are random I have one day 9, April 5th, Sunday, woke up late. Okay, John. But then I think I tried to save it again. And let's see here. Whereas I started writing less in notes and more in just a thing. This This is actually basically just became a podcast where it's like, I'm annoyed a lot, more than expected. Every phone vibration pisses me off. Every text is one more straw on the annoyed millennial's back. Shut up, you dickhead!
What an asshole! What a fucking asshole! And you know what's so funny though? Being like, I almost can remember. I could probably like pinpoint the date you were saying that because I remember the times that you were like, I don't want to fucking text with you guys. The group chat's out of control. I know I can see all of this, like everything that corresponds there. Read that one again. The Millennial Bank. What was it?
Every text is one more straw on the annoyed millennial's back. Like, oh, you fucking hero, dude! You're getting texts. What a goddamn hardship you have. This is like World War II, John.
When was your last entry?
It was I stopped. Oh no, Monday, April 20th. I stopped keeping track of days. It no longer has a day number, but just says Monday, April 20th.
That is fucking hilarious. There goes the book. But you know what? This is funny because maybe not a book, but probably for some people a book. Everybody probably around our age or right around maybe a little bit earlier when you have that quarter life crisis, the 27 club, whatever it may be, people, when you have that realization that there's no more graduation, there's no next level, and so your life is now whatever it is you make. And everybody probably has that, like, I'm gonna get in shape, I'm gonna pick up the ukulele, I'm gonna learn an instrument, I'm gonna learn a language, I'm gonna write a book, I'm gonna travel, all these plans that you decide, my life is gonna be this. I'm gonna take the reins and I'm gonna do it, and you never fucking do it. You do it.
I got to day 20. That's pretty good. Or no, sorry, not day 20.
Yeah, but also it's day 20 of step -1. This is the planning process to even begin the book. So it's not much, but it's more than I've done. I think everybody can relate on some level, whatever it is. When Corona's like find your beach, everybody has their book where it's like, I'm gonna do it. And I would imagine the percentage of people who follow through on those plans. I mean,
hey, look, a great way to convince yourself to not write a book is to start keeping notes to write a book and then go back and read those notes and be like, this is not a fucking book.
I can't imagine writing a book. And we are writers. Like, we can prolifically write. We write a lot. We can fill pages. I could write chapters. And even I'm like, this is the most daunting thought undertaking I can ever imagine. I think that if we wrote a book together, separately, about us, whatever, I think it would be huge. I think we would make a lot of money. I think it would be excellent. I think that we have lived while it's very like, yeah, it was kind of like thumbing our dick while we blog. I actually think it's a very fascinating story. I think we're very, there's not many who have lived our life, and I think it would be interesting. And
I was thinking about that actually just last night, that I wish I'd taken notes on like the blackout doors. I just don't remember.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's very, I liken it to the idea of stand-up too. Like I've had this pipe dream of doing stand-up and not ever trying to be a true stand-up comedian, but my own form of it. It's like, this is going to be some type of live entertainment on stage where I'm up there by myself. And the reason I stop is because I would have to be 45 before I even see like a shred of improvement. Like it's when everyone's like, you have to just get up there and bomb for like 10 years before you even see any sort of semblance of success. I can't. You're talking to the guy who couldn't watch 2 seasons of Better Call Saul because I didn't have enough time. Let alone I'm going to dedicate a decade of futility and failure. And like the same thing with the book. It's like, I mean, I think that the Blackout Tour, my personal struggles, and again, I really, not to like overly dramatize or romanticize what we did. I don't think there's anybody who did what we did, like ever. Like we kind of wrote the blueprint for, not to say that it's the most interesting or the hardest, but we were like the biggest blog during the era of like blogs arriving, and everything we were doing was kind of writing the rule book and writing the blueprint. And I think that's fascinating. I think people would love to hear that, and I think it would be a success. But
we'll get fired. The reason I'll never do it, I'll have to get fired to do it because long as paychecks keep coming, I can still eat without that kind of work. So
we need to be so broke that after maybe a couple years of panhandling, then I'd be like, all right, I'll write the book now. I've been almost long enough. I don't get like the people who, I had Harlan Coben on KFC Radio, and he said, he's written like fucking 75 books or something crazy, and he just like will dedicate months at a time to just do like hours of writing every day. But we do that. We did that. Every day we used to blog for like 8 hours. And if it was just in the form of a book, we would have written 10 books by now.
That's true. But we also had topics fed to us.
Yes. And it was fresh, and it was a paragraph at a time. But the amount of writing is done. It's just the what it's about. And it's a shame, like you said, because every single day that goes on is a day that it's less that you remember. It's gone. Every single day is like a memory that would have been a great page, gone. And you'll never recapture it. You'll never recapture it because you can't remember what you don't remember, But
also, like, there are plenty of things. Like it's not out of the realm of possibility that we'd remember it. It's like when we do the documentary stuff, and it's fucking like me, Hank, and Gaz sitting around, we talk about the Brady Four, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. Like, if you wanted to do it, you can recapture those things.
And you know what we should do? Like, okay, right now, starting today, start to write notes on each and every day. And guess what? We're not going to do that either.
Yeah, you'll write woke up late.
I think that right now, you could make the argument. You know how people are talking about the Earth itself, how like more animals are swimming and there's less pollution at night. Like the Earth is brimming with like health and effervescence. I think the human side of that is the total opposite. I think right now is the most boring the collective humanity has ever been.
I think that's probably pretty accurate. Because like the last time did this little, like at least there were dinosaurs trying to eat you. That was exciting.
Something.
Like, this I know I can't get sick sitting on my couch, so that's why it's not like the sickness is gonna break in because the sickness is hungry, like a dinosaur might. Yeah. I can't get sick right here. So there's not really that overarching fear.
And with no end in sight, it's just like I can't tell you a single funny anecdote. I can't tell you anything.
Someone tweeted that. Someone was like oh, I can't just realized that Feits has been at home with Polly for 2 months. Like, gonna have tons of material.
Yeah, saw that.
No, not really. There's no conflicts or nothing interesting happens.
Right. You got to do something stupid for her to yell at you. You're not doing anything. So
we just watch TV and drink wine every night. It's sweet. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
it's just not a great story to tell.
And when your job is to be storytellers, it's like, well, I got not. But by the way, this is why we're the best in the biz, because we just did 30 minutes on nothing. So with some good laughs and some good comparisons and some good thoughts. So nobody can spin nothing into something better than us. It is a Tuesday, though, so we do have our KFC Radio Top 5 Tuesday. Of course, we'll be getting into our voicemails. And also, our guest today is Andrew Colin, who is Nikki Glazer's partner in crime. He is on her podcast all the time and opens up for her on the road. And he was a funny motherfucker. He had himself quite an appearance.
Quite a haircut as well.
Oh, yeah. Big time Hitler look. You have the accent. He has the look. We got a lot of Nazi undertones today here on KFC Radio. Let's get into our top fives, though. Today's top five are things that make you still feel athletic. And it's brought to you by Kendra Scott. So our girls over at Kendra Scott sent us gifts, and they come nicely wrapped up in these yellow boxes with a nice little like magnet connection. I had the earrings. I had the like a pendant with like a topaz and then a small topaz earrings to match. and I gave them out to the lovely ladies in my family. They were all very happy. I did a little early Mother's Day action because I don't know if I'm actually going to see them on Sunday because who knows what the fuck's going on. But this weekend, you want to keep the women in your life happy. Kendra Scott, and it's not just Mother's Day. It can be all year round. That's the beauty of Kendra Scott is that it's all affordable and high quality that you can get on their website shipped right to you. It's very.
They have a necklace like emerald, which gave to my mother and my sister already stole, but everyone loved it. So it was like, oh, I can't wait to wear this. And my sister stole it. Now she's just literally wearing it every day. So
done.
It's gold chain with little green emerald. It's gorgeous. The girls in your life will love it.
That's kind of two birds, one stone because you got the credit with the person you gave the gift to, and then you get the other one's actually wearing it. You get credit with her too. So either way, you're covering all your bases. Kendra Scott is very I feel like it's like jewelry for the modern woman. It's like a little bit new age, a little bit cutting edge. It's still got a classic look to it, but it's not like boring jewelry. This is like some cool, fun, new, sexy type shit that you can get for the young girls in your life, the older women in your life. Doesn't matter. All affordable. They have price ranges in the $50 range, $75 range, $100 plus, all high quality. And you can get it right now at a great price when you go to kendrascott.com. And the deal is they will donate 20% of proceeds to Feeding America when you give the code KFC Give Back. So it's the perfect gift for her, and it'll help out those in need when you go to kendrascott.com, purchase anything, and use the code KFC Give Back. Keep the girls in your life happy, and in turn, that makes you happy. Top 5 things that make you feel athletic. I believe I have the number 1 overall pick today.
No, you don't.
Oh,
you got it last week, despite the fact that you did not want it. It was.
Correct. That's right. Okay. You go first then.
I don't know. I'm thinking about calling my shot that I'm going to win this one again.
I don't want to doubt myself, but I would call your shot. I would call that as well. Yes, I'm going to lose. I think I'm going to lose.
Shot call.
Yeah.
Shot call. Number 1.
Or maybe I'm hoodwinking you and bamboozling you. Who knows?
Number 1. Last cup in beer pong.
Oh. But great pick. But are you doing that? Have you done that recently?
It's not like a regular. None of these things are regular things.
Okay.
But yeah, I played beer pong this past summer, and I played a good amount of beer pong this past summer with my child cousin. She wasn't drinking. But that is such a good one because not only do you feel nice, it gets a crowd reaction.
Yeah.
And that's
it gets the key. The most important thing in athletics is knife through the heart of somebody, Right. So it gets the crowd hype, but it's a killer to the opponent. That feels good.
You could argue there's no other time in life after sports.
Yep, I've said that before. Yeah,
where you get that immediate crowd roar that you cause a crowd roar. Whoa!
Yes,
and everyone you start yelling. Now, you suck.
Well, okay, let me ask. That was my next question. How do you celebrate your last cup? What do you do?
Oh, I'm a silent assassin. Just to fucking
act like you've been there before.
No. I'm like fucking Barry Sanders. Here's the ball back to the ref. I'm Adam Oates never raised his hands after a goal, which my dad told me all the time as a kid, and I've since gone back and watched Adam Oates goals. Fucking dude celebrated goals. But I'm not an Ovechkin type. I like people who I like Ovechkin. I like a bat flip. It's just not my personality, so I'm just a killer.
Yeah, I feel like it takes like real, they're really shit talking, like to get me to be like, fuck your mother. Otherwise, I'm just like, was that the last cup? I didn't even realize. I do that like all the fucking time, I like to let the other people do the celebrating for me. What you need is a good partner who does like the shit talking, and like I have a vivid memory at we did a beer pong tournament in Murray Hill. It was when I was in a sling and I was playing lefty, And I think I'm like better lefty at beer pong. I don't know. I have like better mechanics. And me and my buddy Raji, we got like decently far. I think we made it to the finals and we lost. But did you see a couple weeks ago when they were rerunning that Dame Lillard walk off?
Yeah.
And he's being picked up and he's looking right at the camera, just like normal pace. That was me because I hit the shot and he tried to like pick me up and lift me, and I had my fucking sling out, and I just remember having a dead straight face, like looking at the other guys, just like, yeah, that's right. And it was probably the last time I felt like really, like this is an athletic competition and I just fucking won.
You had that face like Derrick Rose with that Tyler tweet where when you're trying to figure out what they're spelling as they chant MVP.
That was such a good tweet because it's so accurate. All right, my number one overall pick, and I thought about it. I was thinking about it in a different sense. That's why I had asked you, how often are you doing it? But for the sheer amount of opportunities you get to do this, Kobe from Into the Garbage Can.
That's a great one. That was going to be my number 2. That's a great one.
Do it, I do it every fucking day at the office. Actually, that's something I miss right now is, I got to like run to my fucking kitchen. I've got one that has a top on it. Having a garbage can available to just, Kobe.
See, I'm the opposite. We have like a garbage can in our stairway to the basement for recycling. So like multiple times a day, I open up the and I just shoot it in from there. And you just get that little burst, just that little like still got it burst.
Yeah.
In fact, I would posit to you that the reason recycling still is kind of frowned upon is they make the hole so small, so I can't shoot it in. If recycling, how it's like it's like a bottle shape.
Yeah, you got to get it through the bottle. Yeah.
If you had a full open hole for a recycling bin, I would be more likely to recycle.
Yeah, but you know what? They're probably. If you're like throwing glass bottles and shit, they probably do that for a reason. Could you imagine the amount of guys like Kobe and it's just scattering glass everywhere? Like, John Henry, I told you not to do that anymore. Yeah, but that to me, I'll do that until the day I die. I'm tossing garbage.
Number 2 for me, catching a fly. Like
okay, Mr. Miyagi.
I
said, okay, Mr. Miyagi.
Like catching a fly or killing a mosquito or something like that. If you like still show off those lightning fast reflexes, if you catch a fly in like it's one thing alone in your room. I had that epic battle with a mosquito earlier this quarantine. Mm-hmm. It's one thing alone in your room, but like then you're like kind of like, yeah, I got it. But if you do that in a public setting with people, you turn into like the cat who brings home a dead bird. You're like, look what I got! Look what I got, guys! Fucking got him! I got him! Like
if you're killing a mosquito, you're killing something that's a bother. You are the hero of the night. You're like, you just made this better. Or you keep doing for the listeners at home. John's doing the grab with the hand. Are you including like whack it with a paper, or it's got to be plucked from the air with your hand?
Whacking with a paper counts, but the grab with the hand when you can hold its dead corpse feels much better. When you can go around and show a carcass, it's not one of those ones where it's like fucking. You hit it and you're looking around like, did we get it? Did we get it?
Yeah.
Bro, I fucking killed Hector and I'm going to drag his dead body around in front of his fucking father. That's what I am. I'm Achilles with a fucking horse and buggy or whatever they called those things. And I'm dragging your dead god around.
A chariot? Yeah.
Chariot, there it is.
Yeah. I feel like what matters too is if you're in your apartment and you got like one, it's almost like Breaking Bad, it's like Jesse and Walt against the Fly. When you've got one enemy that has been tormenting you for a while and it becomes personal, and then it's like this is a battle of endurance here, but you got to get him when he's still somewhat fresh, because a fly in your house for a couple days is like running out of gas and it's all slow. When he's at top like speed, still got turbo, that's when you're some Bruce Lee shit right there. Okay, so my second pick here. This is kind of specific to me. I do it all the time. I love it. Not necessarily athleticism, but when I do my twirl.
It's a good one.
I got my twirl and then drop it here. This is the only thing I had available. When I have my pen, I don't have any pens out. When you can do a twirl, I rock it around my thumb. I know some people do that one that like it like snaps kind of, but I'll just sit there and I know I look around and I can see other people looking at it. You're in a meeting, you're anywhere where you got the pen out, you're taking some notes, and I just sit there casually as I'm talking to. I'm like, oh, I don't even realize I'm doing this right here. It's like almost like part magic trick in a way, because if people don't know what it is, they're like, what's going on there? What are you doing? But the finger, any sort of pen trick with the hand gets a good like, oh boy.
Dude, if you're like Boris and GoldenEye, dude, in high school, I had there were a lot of people from everywhere, and there were these 3 girls from Korea who would sit in English class, and they would all do it, and they were so good. And I was like, I can't be getting my show run by people from Korea at English, first of all, and have them fucking running up the score on me by embarrassing me with their pen tricks. So I practice at night. I wouldn't do my homework. Probably would have been an easier way to get back at them. But I just sit in my fucking room just trying to spin the pen, and I never got as good as them. But
I was in maybe 7th or 8th grade, and it was kind of like a battle. No Koreans in my situation, just a couple of my buddies. And I got, I want to say, if I remember correctly, I did 237 in a row. And I sat in the middle of class, and I just counted. I was just like 1, 2, 3. And I had a big pen so I could do it fast. And it was like, I zoned out and was just thinking about that pen. And I had a couple other guys who were watching me who were like, you motherfucker. It was like a full-blown competition. But it's better about the people who don't know anything at all. And you're just like, oh, yeah, this is just how I do it. I'm just a wizard with my pen.
Dude, in baseball, in like high school, in the on-deck circle, I could do that with my bat. And I could also do –
What'd you do with the bat?
I could do the pen twirl with my
bat.
Yeah. And then I could also do where like you fake a cut and you pull back and the bat does a spin, you catch it again.
That is fucking sick.
In the on-deck circle, I didn't warm up. I played mental games. I'd just be fucking just staring at the pitch like, look what I can do with this. Think what I'm going to do with your fucking 74-mile-an-hour gas. I'm going to put that not over the fence because I don't have home run power, but I'm going to hit that double to the gap. No questions.
I was going to say, you better bring the fucking noise if you're doing that. Like, to me, if I'm doing that, I'm going to, hey, buddy, you see this right here? I'm going to slap this Oppo for a little blue single. Okay, pal, you better.
I go Oppo with it. First of all, I was a monster in the box. I was dangerous. I think I hit like 600 my junior year.
Really?
And but it was no singles, no home runs. It was just double. All I did was smack.
That's how you want to live. I'll take that on my team all day, every day. Yeah. So wait, you would do. You on the way back, you like on your backswing, you would spin it and catch it.
You pull back, like you have to like snap your wrist back.
Right. And it stays. That's good. That you used to catch a couple in the fucking ear hole, no?
No. I don't think. And guess what? If you ever did throw at me and I avoided it, I would say it didn't hit me. The ump would be like, take your base. I'd be like, that didn't hit me.
Nah.
I'm back in the bike. You're like, oh, no, if you're going to hit me, you better fucking hit me. Don't give me an excuse because guess what? I'm hitting a double.
Yeah.
I don't want to take first. I'm hitting a double. The probability is that I'm going to hit a double, and I'm going to fucking do it. You better drill me if you want to hit me. Number 3, hitting a pole or a tree with a rock. You know when you're just sitting there and you kind of just fucking, oh, I just did it. Fucking smoke the side of it.
Yeah.
I think Chaps was playing that with his daughter the other day. He said it's a military game. Maybe it was passed down to me by military forefathers, but I just came out of the womb knowing that game.
All respect to our armed forces, but throwing things at stuff is not. I don't know if I'm going to let you guys claim that one. That's just tale as old as time, man. That's just something we've all been doing. My buddy, I had a friend, Frankie Pizzullo was his name, and he was one of those kids. He could just do like everything. He's almost like that guy Danny Duncan, who I've been talking about on Twitter, who just does like weird shit. Like we would, like one time he had a Poland Spring bottle, and we were walking on the street, and we were probably like, I want to say like 2 basketball courts away from the corner, and he was like, I bet you I could throw this bottle into the sewer there. and he just like whipped it on the ground, and it just like skidded and just went into the sewer from like 200 feet away. And it was just like, why can you do things like that? You know?
Hey guys, want to watch me pollute?
Yeah. But it was cool. It was pretty cool pollution. He hit fucking bombs on the baseball diamond. He could pitch. He was a good athlete, but it also just translated into like, I'll throw this thing at that thing, and it'll be cool. Done.
Especially when you hit like a stop sign or something like that. That gets you get a ting.
Yeah,
that's a big thing.
Feels good. Feels real good. I'm gonna throw it back. Does this specifically have to be like things that you can still do now, or can we throw it back? No, yeah, you did the baseball thing, right?
Yeah, no, I just reminisced about high school athletics, so you're good.
Right. It always made me feel more athletic like than I was. Obviously, for like a split second, you felt this like colossus type feeling, and that's a golf ball with a metal bat, just tanking golf balls like 1,500 feet. It was like having a real life Game Genie, where all of a sudden you were just blasting balls deep into the night. Talk about a ping, a golf ball on a metal bat or like a graphite bat.
Dude, I was in high school again, and we used to go to like the Little League field where fences, buck dead center. Yeah. And I had to hit those things 800 miles. It was the most fun I ever had. I'll never recapture that feeling. It is the most fun I've ever had in my life.
You know what it reminds me of? And I think I learned this about Frankie Borelli. He told me this, and I saw it recently because there was another girl on, I think, on our Instagram. When you're at Top Golf or golf course, driving range at night, and it's one of those outdoor ones.
Yeah.
Every ball looks like it's going to the fucking moon. Because I think Mike Trout hit one. I think that one actually did go to the moon. But Frankie, he kind of told me that like anybody who hits a golf ball flush outdoors at the nighttime, it looks that way. But that's the feeling you get when you hit one, which, again, that's probably like manslaughter. Like those balls come down eventually. I used to just blast them out into the neighborhood. I don't know where they're going to come down at all. But that makes you feel like fucking Barry Bonds.
I was just going to say, imagine getting to be Barry Bonds and you just feel like that with regular stuff?
All the time, yeah, with actual ball and with a wooden bat, fucking hit 73 of them in a season.
Did you see that Barry Bonds stat yesterday that Coley had where it was in game? There's like a 4-year run where in games Barry Bonds went hitless. His OBP was still 450.
Wait. In games he went hitless?
In games he went hitless, he's still got on base almost half the time.
Jesus Christ.
It was. But my favorite Barry Bonds stat is still one that maybe I made up in my head, but it was like it isn't like the sports science era or something like that. It was that the pounds per pressure, the force that his swing generated was akin to kneeling down at home plate with it. No. It was the force that a Mike Tyson punch generated.
Yeah.
Was akin to kneeling down at home plate with a pillow tied to your head and letting Barry Bonds take a full cut.
Yo, I'm happy you brought that up because this happened yet again. I think we need to stop being surprised that Mike Tyson can still throw punches. There was another video of him sparring, not even sparring. What's it called when you're just hitting the pads? And everyone, Iron Mike, like, holy shit, he still got it. Like, we can do that when Mike's like 90, when it's like he shouldn't be able to move his hands at all if he's still hitting the pads strong. But he's like a 50-year-old man. I know he can still fucking knock my block off. So we don't need to
the start of quarantine, you could tell how quickly financial hard times hit people, where folks were quote tweeting that one of him just kind of juking and jiving with his dog. And I was like, would you get in the ring with Mike Tyson for 15 minutes for $1,000? No. No, I would not do that.
Dude, 15 minutes with anybody. Like, I wouldn't do that with you or like
Professional fighters wouldn't do that for 15 minutes for $5 million. Like, they're like, oh, no, I'm not in my career where I need $5 million that badly.
Get the fuck out of here. All right, I'm up.
No,
you're up.
Yeah, because you did the thing. Number 4 is your one perfect spiral at the beach, When you're playing football at the beach and you just get that one throw and you're like, why wasn't I drafted? This doesn't make any sense. I'm so fucking good at this. You get one throw and then guess what? You got to go lay down because your arm hurts.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say that's where it's like, oh, you also felt the pop and you're not gonna be able to sleep for like a week.
You look around, you maybe flex a little bit more. You're like, there are probably scouts here at Horseneck Beach, and I'm sure they saw me. I'm sure I'll go after Joe Burrow this year.
Yo, what's up, girl? You saw that, right? Yeah, what's up? I'm gonna give you, if you're watching on video right now, I'll give you a little visual of my next one here, and this kind of goes hand in hand. Can you see little Tykes there? Oh, come on!
Let's see how long it takes you to get one.
We'll edit that.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Oh yeah, no. This I'm actually upset that I missed that because usually I'm fucking money out here, and it makes me think about how easy basketball must be when you are that size and you have like the hoop when like the ball is actually like this to Shaquille O'Neal and you're on this hoop. But what goes hand in hand here with my little Tykes is just in general, being better than your kids at stuff. It feels great. Like when I'm doing little Tykes with Keegan, I'm just making it rain, and he's like, "Daddy, you got it in." I'm like, "Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm better than you, 3-year-old." So my number 4 pick is just dominating your children in sports.
That's a great one. That's a really, really, really good one.
You feel real good about myself.
Last one, number 5, slipping on ice, but you catch yourself before you fall. You look around, you're like, guess you still got some kind of agility, some kind of rapid response.
That also is one where like you didn't fall, but you tweaked your back and you're not really going to be able to walk straight.
So you still need to go lay down afterwards, but it's a voluntary lay down.
It probably would be better for you to have fallen and just like bruised your ass than to do whatever you did to your back on the recovery. But hey, you still got it. All right, my last pick is not quite athleticism, but in my mind it kind of is. Like being a better driver than people on the road. Like when I'm like zipping in and out and like kind of getting around people and like blowing by a guy.
How often do you get this feeling? Because if the last year of this podcast is any hint, you're not a great driver.
Oh no! I'm a great driver. What?
How many tickets did you get in the last year?
Well, tickets doesn't mean that I'm not good. That's kind of the point, is that I'm usually zipping around. I get pulled over and shit, but it's because I'm like.
Sure, the police department and my insurance company don't think I'm a good driver, but what the fuck do they know?
Yeah, you know, you're misusing the term good. I am a frowned upon legally driver. Sure, I'm an illegal driver, but because I'm good at it. I love like when I blow past a guy or like like I love my favorite thing in the world is when I see an asshole who's like coming up behind me and he's trying to drive fast and I can tell he's trying to like get an edge in traffic and he doesn't read the defense right. You know, I'm like, oh, you went all the way to the right lane thinking you're going to get around this. But if you just stuck in the left lane, you'd be light years ahead. And when I can look in the rear view or I get like I blow past them, I'm like, you fucking idiot. I love that.
That's one of my favorite memes is like when someone kind of the opposite of this, like someone blows past you and you end up next to him at a stoplight and it's Dennis. It just says laughter. You dumb bitch. Yeah. He's in the car with cereal.
Ow. Yeah. To me, driving is still the once you can't drive, I think you're old. You need to be put out to pasture, but still being able to zip around and like hit the turn right. In my head, I really would love to be I want to go. Can we race somewhere? It's not go-kart racing. I'd love to do like a real car on a track one day.
Oh yeah, I'm into that.
But like it's I don't want to die, and I don't want to also have to like train. Like it has to be. I want to just be able to like take my car, but go like 120 somewhere on a track.
I think you can do that with like. I think there's ways you can. I think places you can do that.
What's the fastest you've ever driven?
Derby like me and Dan did in Brockton.
Yeah, I don't need that in my life. That'll speak of like your back being fucked up. I'll be done for life. What's the fastest you've ever driven?
What's that?
What's the fastest you've ever driven?
I'm not crazy fast. I would guess probably close to 100 very briefly. Nothing.
I did a $110 on I-95 once, and the crazy thing was, like everyone else was too. I was definitely like going the fastest, but it looked like I was just in the left lane being like the fast driver. And the guys in the right lane were going like 95 on 95. It was crazy. I remember I had to, like, I looked down. I was like, oh my, holy shit. Like, I'd go to jail right now if I got pulled over because everybody was whipping.
One time I was trying to get my friend home to fucking, what do you call it, at school? Check-in, like nightly check-in. And I was kind of buzzed going like probably like $110 or whatever. And I went by a cop and I was like, I'm going to get a fucking DUI probably. And I swerved off the road because I was in a Land Rover and there was like a Mercedes/Land Rover dealership. So I fucking just went off the road, parked in the dealership like I was one of their fucking cars. And then turned off the lights and then went back roads to school and then got back on the highway going the other way to come home and saw the guy just sitting on the on-ramp that I'd taken waiting for me. And he did not get me.
Wow, though. That's some intense shit.
Yeah, I've been in a high-speed race before. No big deal.
All right, so that's our top fives. Hit us up with any topics or lists you want us to do our top fives of each week. Every Tuesday, we'll be doing them. It's time now to get into voicemails. They're brought to you by Rad Power Bikes. Speaking of, you want to get the rush and the enjoyment of whipping on a bike. You also want some practicality of getting from point A to point B in an easy, safe, economical, and fun way. That's Rad Bikes. They're electric bikes to get you around town, especially as the summer's coming now. If you're going to be out at the beach, you're going to be, out in Newport or Jersey Shore, and you want to cruise around.
Newport's opening up, by the way. Shout out Rhode Island. Phase 1 of the opening began today.
Jersey, not so much. Osprey shut down for the summer. I'm trying to think if you ever went to Osprey. I know you went to Parker House. I don't know. Did that ring a bell at all, Osprey?
Not really, no.
So the Osprey is a –
not a lot about that weekend rings a bell.
Right. The Osprey is a bird, and that's the name of this bar. And the painted on the floor of the bar is a giant osprey with its wings out. And it's like my buddy always told me before, he lived down there, so he had party at this bar all the time. And I went down for the summer once, and he told me, like, if you ever see the osprey, you're in trouble. Like, you've done the night wrong. Because it's like, usually on the dance floor, you can't see anything. Right. But if you ever can look down and you see the bird, you're there way too late, and you need to get home. So don't ever see the osprey. But, if you're going to be out at the beach and you don't want to be some peasant pedaling, you want a little electric boost, the Rad Power Bikes are there for you. You can pedal. It's got, a regular bicycle. But if you want that extra juice, it's got the electric engine there. So it's a traditional bike mixed with a moped. And so that e-bike is the future, man. Like I said,
drivers have held the patent on this for far too long. And it's time for us regular folks to get in on the action.
For real. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I want that. I like that rush. I like that idea of, it's like, I'm not going to be a motorcycle guy. That's too much. A little too dangerous, too expensive. I always wondered when you see a guy on a motorcycle, like in the rain, just like, what do you do when you got to go somewhere and you have a motorcycle and it's pouring rain? It's like, all right, let me just get soaked as I get from, my house to the work. Anyway, the e-bikes, Rad Power Bikes are awesome. And, if you're into the environment and whatnot, it keeps the carbon footprint down. And this is the largest e-brand bike in North America. So if you're into this at all, this is the way to go. It could be a new commute. It could be a way to get around the city or get out there in nature. Rad Power Bikes offers a flexible financing for as low as 0% APR. And right now, for a limited time offer, you can get a free accessory with the purchase of an e-bike. Right now, you get a free gift up to $100 in value, plus free shipping to the lower 48 states. In order to get this special offer, text the word sports to 64,000. That's SPORTS to 64000. Text sports to 64,000 to get your e-bike and the free $100 gift. Let's go. First voicemail. What do we got?
I've been in quarantine with my boyfriend for, 7 weeks now. And for some reason, when we have sex, it's still like he can only last like a minute or two or something like that. And so I hear you guys talk about Roman swipes a million times a day. I was wondering, is it like, am I a douche if I order him them and I like tell him, hey, maybe use these or something like that? Like, am I a douche if I tell my boyfriend that he needs to figure out his shit in order to last longer because it's not working for me? So yeah, wanted to know. Thanks. Yeah.
I think this is all about bedside manner. I think that it's first of all, we are living in the future, and you should know this by now if you're a listener to KFC Radio. We can fix this problem. Back if you called this voicemail line even just a year ago, prior to Roman swipes being invented, I would tell you can't say anything because this is like asking, if a guy said, hey, like your tits aren't big enough. It's like, I don't know. This is just what I was given by God, and I can't do anything about it. But with some Roman swipes, for $5, you're going to get a free ad here, Roman. You're not on the schedule today. But if my girlfriend came to me and was like, hey, check it out. I got like these new swipes and like you get to fuck me for extra long now. I'd be like, if you presented it to me being like, hey, your little tiny pecker's not good when it's inside me, I would be like, oh, fuck. But if you told me, hey, this is going to be an enjoyable time for both of us, let's do this, I'd be like, all right, rock on, let's go.
Dude, I don't think so. As much love and respect, I don't think you have this conversation because what you're saying in just not so many words is the penis I like to have sex with is not yours. That's the one that's it. You're just not getting the job done. I guess I don't know. Maybe you could make a sexy role play where it's like I'm the doctor saving the soldier in the wound in the field, and I must dress your wound, and just don't tell him it's a numbing swab.
Boy, we're doing role play real seriously when you're taking out like medical swipes. It's not just an outfit. We're doing real fucking medicine here. I don't know. I mean, first of all, I think it's I think if you're with somebody and if it was like a new thing, I think that's tough. I think if you're with somebody, you're dating, you're in quarantine, I think it's just all about the presentation. I think you can do this.
I guess in the presentation, but in the back of my mind, I'm still going to be like, oh, I'm a loser.
Yeah, but also, don't you think you would already know that?
You gotta,
the way this sounds like it's a problem already.
Yeah, that's true. If you know what's happening.
If you were lasting like you give like a solid like 10 minutes and she throws it at you, I think I'd be like, wait a minute, I thought I was doing like a pretty average job. If you are a full-blown, legitimate 1 minute man, you know that.
Yeah, that's true. But that's also like, why haven't? It's like being bald. Like, why aren't you wearing a hat, you idiot?
Well, what can you mean? Get the swipes yourself?
Yeah, you should have conquered this problem already. This is on you. You're dating a guy who stinks at sex and is dumb.
So, so that's a great point. Is like. It's almost the same thing with the hair gummies and pills and stuff for your hair. Like you might not think that you need it, but just do it now because you might, and you might not realize it because nobody's spoken up on it yet. You might need to fix your dick. So just get the swipes. If you're the girl, let me just say this. It's got to be a real problem. Don't get greedy with this. If you're going to confront your boyfriend about his dick sucking, you better be like a 30.
If you're confronting your boyfriend about his dick sucking, you have a different issue on your hands.
Phrasing. But John, like you said, like you're like, yeah, you're basically telling me I don't like the penis that I'm having sex with. I think you could be like, well, I don't like the ass on you that I'm having sex with. So I think you should. Here's the thing. Okay, how about this? She gets to present you with the swipes. Or hit you with the real deal, but he gets like a shot back. Like I get to say back to you. Keep it even. So it's up to you.
Those always work out well. That is,
of course,
those have a 1,000% success rate.
No, but all kidding aside, I think maybe I'm a little more secure than other guys, but I think if a girl hit me with Roman swipes and just said, "Yo, like." Fucking use great. I want it to last as long as possible. Let's do this. I'd be like, I know what you're doing here. I get it, but okay, let's go. Next up.
Hey, what's up, boys? It's Troy from Chicago, and I got a question for you. So you know how you're supposed to drink about 8 glasses of water a day at least? How many glasses do you think you're behind in your lifetime? When I did the math, I'm 23 years old, and that says I should have drinking at least like 70,000 glasses of water, and I'd say at least 20,000 behind. So let me know, Viva.
Let me just do the math right here, because John, you got a surplus, bro.
Oh, I'm running up the score. I'm beating the shit out of necessary water.
But not your whole life, your adult life for certain. When you were like a teenager, there's no way you were drinking like 8 glasses of water.
I've like always only drank water. Like I guess when I was a kid, I like juicy juices and shit. But like,
but you also
I got made fun of for being like, I just drink water.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I would. I mean, yeah, you're a loser, dude.
It was never a health thing. It's just the only liquid I like. That and alcohol.
But now I feel like you do it consciously, right? Like I should have water.
No, I know. Now it's actually the exact opposite. Now it's subconscious. Now it's like I just need to have water. I'm never getting up and be like, I must have water. It's just I always have a water bottle in my hand.
Let me see. All right,
it's a nice fucking security blanket. Like if I say something that people don't like, I just drink water.
Yeah, that's good.
If I have to tell a joke that falls flat, guess what? I can't hear the fall flat over the rush of water coming down on me.
I'm gonna waterboard myself because my joke stunk.
I bet I'd survive waterboarding. I bet they'd be like, this guy drinks so much water. This is crazy. He's he's just sucking it down. I'm like fucking Farva in whatever one of the movies. Where he falls,
beer fest, right?
Beer fest, yeah. Where he falls into a vat and just drinks all the beer. You could try. If you threaten me with waterboarding, I'd just tell you because I don't really care. I'd like tell you where the president's secret location is. But if you tried to get me, if you had to do it, I'd just drink it. You'd be fascinating.
Fine. So 365 days a year. I am 35 years old. And it's 8 glasses per day?
I think that's outdated now, to be totally honest. But yes, that's the number he said, and they have said.
Times 8. I should have had 102,200 glasses of water in my life. I have probably had like 2,200. I'm probably like $100,000 behind.
I've probably had 2,000 since quarantine started. I fill this thing up 10 times a day.
Are you kidding me? Legit 10 times?
I mean, not legit, but yes, many times. Yeah, you know what? We're probably close to 10.
So if you again by this standard, so we're at 8 weeks times 7, so that's 56 days times 8. You should have had 448 glasses of water. I feel like you smashed that.
Oh, crushed it. Because this is, by the way, this is also 2 glasses. Like they mean like 8 ounce glass. This is a big thing. I'm trying to find exactly how big it is, but no, it's not even close. I'm running away with how many glasses of water I've had. Me versus water is like Monstars versus fucking every other team.
Yeah. If you did that 10 times and then it's double glasses, you would have had 1,120 bottles of water to the 448 recommended. You are hydrated motherfucker.
I'm probably, I should come short on the 10 times a day probably, but I bet I've doubled up how much water I should.
That is your saving grace, by the way. I think that like it's just nothing but like snacks and tobacco and like bad shit, but then you drink so much water that it keeps you alive.
Yeah. If I stopped drinking water, I'd probably die.
Valid, yeah. Maybe science backs you up on that one. Let's do a couple more.
KFC. I got a really interesting one. Bought a house over a year ago, and I was getting the mail today. I look in the mail, and there's a package from a name I don't know. I don't know who the name is. Inside, I open up the package. There's pictures of my house, and just pictures of my house and a note saying, you know, I used to live at this house 10 years ago. I love the tree in the front yard and the backyard. Can you send me some seed or something along with the tree so I can plant one in my house? You know, I've always been looking for that tree, but I can't find it. I'm terrified right now. Am I about to be strangers for like, you know, because you're at home and get fucking murdered? Let me know what I should do. Thanks. See ya.
Send the fucking guy some seeds.
Yeah, I was at first I was weirded out, and then I thought
It's a little peculiar, but like the guy likes the fucking tree. He can't find what kind of tree it is. Give the guy a tree.
He's probably got some sentimental value. I grew up in that house. I climbed it as a kid. My dad planted that tree, and he passed on. Or he just
didn't ask for your virgin daughter. He asked for a seed.
But I mean, that's a weird request.
I think including the picture of the tree of the house is a little odd.
But that makes you feel like you've been spying on me,
right? But also, I think you presented it weird. I think it's a picture of when they used to live there, and just be like, "Here's
pictures of your house."
Right. Like this is what the house looked like when I lived there. I love this tree. Can I have a seed, please? A single seed.
Which is better than, but also, does this make me an idiot? I don't think I would know how to do that.
I think you just, yeah.
Like, I guess if it was like an acorn, I would be like, okay, here you go.
I'd probably send you an acorn, and then you'd have to send me another letter. Be like, that's not an idiot. I don't know where. I don't know where you get seed from a tree.
It's like, that's my point. I don't know if that makes me dumb. I'd be like, here's a leaf, a piece of the bark, and I scooped up like dirt at the bottom. I hope there's a seed in there somewhere. Make a tree out of that.
That is exactly what I would do. I like Helga Pataki, how she used to have the Arnold gum statue in her room. I'd be like, here are the things to make a tree. Just build the tree. I don't know how you can grow it. Just staple all this stuff together and you have the tree.
I'm looking at like this. I'd be like, here's a petal. Here's like a weird thing from the inside and a piece of the stem. Build the flower. I don't fucking know. I'm not a botanist, bro. All right, last voicemail of the day. Very important sponsor here. I want everyone to listen up. This is, we love all our sponsors. It's always a great product or service that they are providing for us. We really try not to push anything that we don't believe in. But Free Fly is presenting today's final voicemail. I cannot describe to you how much I love these pants. I have been looking for a pair of pants like this, literally like my whole life, my whole adult life. I got so many of them now because Free Fly hooked it up.
Can I have some?
Huh?
Can I have some, please?
Yeah. We'll get you hooked up too. I didn't know if you were in on these or not.
I've never tried them, but you wax poetic about them a lot, and I'd like to try them.
I cannot endorse them enough. I've been looking for, you know me, cozy boy for life, but I also know you can't wear velour sweatpants out in public to certain events and certain times. And yeah, I can wear jeans, but jeans aren't comfortable. Free Fly has these pants. I'm wearing them right now. I have a couple other pairs. These ones are called the Breeze pants. And they are this lightweight, Free Fly is supposed to be for the active wear. I'm not active, but I still wear these. It's loose, it's breezy. It's not loose like it's baggy though. It's just like free. You feel like you're free balling, and it's got pockets. It's got like lining and stitching, so it looks like a real pair of pants. These are the Breeze pants, which are much more like you just chill out. These are the Nomad pants, which look like your average pair of like chinos or khakis. But again, they're this material that's like lightweight, kind of athletic, comfortable, breezy. It's almost hard to describe because you got to feel them for yourself. But as soon as I put this pair of pants on, I emailed the guys at Free Fly and I was like, these are the ones. This is it. This style of pants, this fabric, and it's like the pictures for the Breeze pants are like this dude on a boat and he's got him like rolled up with no shoes on and he's standing on the deck of the boat and the sun's shining and it's like blowing in the wind. I'm like, yes, that is the life I want and the pants I want. And then the Nomad, like I said, it's got, the pockets, the belt loops, the lining and the stitching as if you were wearing just a regular pair of like classy pants. But again, that comfort. I don't know what the exact material is. They also are the company that makes bamboo shirts, which are comfortable as fuck. So these are, it's got like elements of spandex in it along with the cotton. I love them, dude. I really, really recommend. So this is the Breeze pants and the Nomad pants, all with like cotton and spandex fabric in there that make them very comfortable. but I got the purple shirt, all sorts of different colors, all sorts of different styles of shirts. The Henley, they've got hats, all sorts of active wear, but also comfortable enough to just chill when you're in the house. And for me, I'll be wearing them out. I'll be wearing them to work. I'll be wearing them out to the bar, out on dates, whatever. These are my new pants for life. You'll never catch me in anything other than these. So full cosign here from your boy KFC. And I know a lot of you out there are kind of cut from the same cloth I am, where you're looking for comfort, but also just some like low key style. So that's what Free Fly is going to get you. And right now, let me get the exact discount for you. It's go to freeflyapparel.com/KFC, and you can get 20% off. Whoa. So, yeah, whether you're out there fishing and doing the YP life outdoors, or you're like me hanging out inside, just want to look good and feel comfortable, it's freeflyapparel.com/KFC. Get those 20% off. Last one. Let's go.
So I had a thought the other day. When is like masturbation going to be like the same like taboo level as like taking a poop? Because like if you think about it, taking a shit is way like grosser, way more like invasive. Like maybe not as invasive, whatever. But
if your shits are invasive, you're doing it wrong.
Taking a shit like in my bushes at home, but I've definitely like jerked off in there when I was younger. And like, when are you going to be able to go to work and be like, hey, sorry boss, I got to go to the bathroom for like 10 minutes. I got to jerk off real quick. It takes
God.
It doesn't smell. You know, you're just all clean and done. All right, let me know.
Bro, what?
Okay. Well, I didn't even get what he was saying at first. Long story short, this guy wants to know, when can he start jerking off at work? That's what he wants. What point? Hey, you poop at work. Sometimes you want to rub one out. The answer is never, dude. They can't do that.
When, like, who can walk up to their boss and be like, hey, I'm going to be 10 minutes late for this meeting. I got to take a shit.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Nobody announces that to the world. I mean, I guess if you ever got pressed, you could be like, I was taking a shit versus I was jerking off. but yeah, you know what? We're going to do a KFC radio callback. We're going to put this guy on a list. We're going to give his fucking number to, like, you know, the fucking New York State Department of Health and the police, because this guy's probably jerking off at work. You can jerk off at work. I'm sure there are people who have. It's just never going to be acceptable.
No, it's never acceptable. I'll come clean. I did it in Milton once. But
yeah, here, how about this? Milton's different. I jerked off at Deloitte, bro. That's a corporate office.
Like Milton was easy because first of all, it was like 9 p.m. I was there really late one night, and it's like a single stall bathroom, so there was no one else in the office in a single bathroom. That's completely normal. You gave it the old info in a public bathroom.
Wait, first of all, I think yours might be a little weirder and worse because everyone else in that office probably has too.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And so then you guys all jerked off in the same spot. At least me, I was at I don't know. Here's my spin zone. It's better that I jerked off at a corporate office because nobody else, very few other people, I think, were a sexual deviant enough to do that. So I at least was like the first or only one. I think. How prevalent do you think this is?
I don't think that prevalent. I don't know. Like I think I don't think it's ever happened. Do you think it's happened at our office?
Yes, like Mantis and those guys for sure.
See, I think that people, I guess, yeah, those people, but like, I would think people are too scared of just somehow getting caught. And I act like there are cameras in the bathroom.
Cameras in as well. I for sure have thought like, yeah, Dave's watching this right now. Like, but I'm sure some guys have. It's the answer though. It's just never. It's never going to be okay. You can do whatever you want, bro. But it is a funny thought to think of it as like this is a bodily function that, you know, we've said before a million times, like the JJO thing. Like I got a big presentation right now at work. I got to like crack the knuckles, clear my head, and go out there. And part of it's like, hey, make sure you go to the bathroom first. Like also. You know, get it done.
Make sure you tuck your little prick a little bit too.
Yeah, you know what? I'm coming around on it. I get where this guy's coming from.
I mean, the thing is too, like it is as socially acceptable. I'd argue it's more socially acceptable than pooping, masturbating. It's just depends on what company you're doing it. Like not with your boss, with your friends, it's a lot like big ass.
Oh, yeah. But I don't think. I don't. Well, there's an element of like, first of all, it's like physical activity. I guess they both are, but you're like heavy breathing and shit. You know what I mean? It's making noise. You're fucking trying to do it as fast as you can. It's making that sound. You're red in the face afterwards. It's not quite the same unless you've really got, unless you ate too much dairy the night before or something. I don't think it's going to be as much of a process. But do you think there's ever a chance that this becomes?
I fucking hope not.
Let's say like I'm talking 500 years down the road. Will we ever be at a point like in hey, by the way, Demolition Man reboot coming? I don't think you ever saw that movie, right?
No.
Yeah, well, they get to a point where they put these like headsets on, and that's how they have sex.
Right.
It just like stimulates your brain. So, do you think we'll ever get to a point where sex is not like a thing anymore? So, yeah, you could jerk off at work.
I don't think so. But like, I don't want this to become a point we get to. I'm thinking about it how like people talk about millennials now. We're like, oh, they're lazy. If one day I have some sort of authority at a company and I'm gray haired and some fucking asshole comes into a meeting late and says, sorry, I was fucking jerking off. I'm like, what, dude? Like these goddamn Gen Zers or whatever the fuck they'll be called at that point. I can't work with them anymore. That's the day I retire. The day some dude comes late to a meeting and says he was jerking off.
What if there's, there's the maternity like closets type of thing is where you can pump, where you can relax. What if there's like a jerk off closet?
Nah, too much. Because like I don't want to jerk off in the jerk off closet. It's where everyone jerks off.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is that the best way to have people jerking off elsewhere is to call this one smush room. And everyone's jerking off everywhere but that place. Yeah. I kind of am trying to see his logic, and I sort of get it, but the answer is never. And if it does, like you said, we've gone too far. Be careful what you wish for. That's like an episode of The Twilight Zone. The genie, you wish, like, I wish I could just jerk off whenever I wanted, and it's like, guess what? Your whole office is covered in cum now. Congratulations. All right, let's get into our interview for the day. We got Andrew Colin. He opens up for Nikki, very funny comedian here in New York City. And he fit right in with us. And right now he's probably chilling at home, sitting hopefully on a Burrow couch, because Burrow not only produces the most comfortable couches and tables and rugs and all sorts of stuff for your living room, but they're also the most functional, stylish, and affordable on the market right now. You can completely customize your Burrow couch. So that's very important for people here in New York City, where you can pick how high it is, how deep it is, how long it is, how wide it is, how big the arms are, how long the legs are, how deep the cushions are, so that it can fit inside your tiny apartment. You can make a love seat. You can make it a full-size sofa. You can chop this piece and that piece, put it all together, and make it into the perfect couch. They also have the sleep kit, which transforms your sofa into a comfy bed. They have rugs. They have coffee tables, love seats, armchairs, ottomans. Everything is stylish. It's all practical. It's all designed very well, and it's all smart technology. You can plug your phone into it. It's got USB connections. So really, it's a piece of furniture for the modern man and woman who is trying to have a stylish apartment, but also sit there in comfort and be able to scroll Instagram and listen to your favorite podcast, all while not moving from your couch, which is perfect. It's the official couch of quarantine. You don't even ever have to get up. Go to burrow.com, BURROW.com. That's BURR. What do you think about that when people say like BURR instead of just saying R?
That's just say R. That's
no, I think I like it. Fuck you. How about that? Fuck you. I like that. BURROW.com.
Why make me think more? Just tell me the letters.
BURROW.com/KFC gets $75 off when you purchase anything $490 or more, plus free 1 week shipping, which is like $250 worth, and it gets to your house like that. That's burrow.com/KFC. Let's talk to Andrew Colin.
KFC Radio featuring Andrew Colin. How you doing, bud?
I'm great, dude. My living room is fucking awesome. I'm on one side, then I'm on the other side, and then I go to the other side. It's fucking dope. My life's great.
I feel like I've been watching you on Instagram, and you're doing the Bachelor thing. You're doing your TikToks. You're always putting up those weird, like, suicide notes. You're a weird cat. You're losing it in quarantine, I think, man.
I was losing it way before quarantine. Actually, I think I've never been more sane. I'm a fucking mess. I was at the highlight of my life. I was touring theaters. I had a writing job. I can't even write. I don't even know how I got the job. I don't deserve the job. I think it's because I ate Nikki's butt, like, virtually, not like literally. I don't want that, like, going out because she would never fuck me.
Yeah, but we're gonna clip that. Andrew Colin eats Nikki Glazer's butt. That's how he has a job. Done.
So, anyways, yeah. So I was like, finally, I was a dog walker for 7 years. Like, this was my peak, and then now it's all gone. So now I'm like back to, I can't even pick up dog shit. The dogs won't even talk to me. So my life's over.
You're walking dogs, and you're on stage just doing sets, like, just trying to grind it out, make it like everybody else. And Nikki just notices and sees you and likes you. Is that how it all went down? And then you ate her butt?
And then, I ate her. I ate her butt on the street. And well, me and the dog, we were fighting over that ass. And then I started eating the dog's ass. And then she's like, "You should open for me. You're funny." No, the real story, it's kind of weird. I was walking a dog with wheels. It was like a robo dog. It was like half.
Oh, that's a fucking cheat code right there.
Yeah,
people talk about
all the attention.
Walk a regular puppy. Walk a fucking puppy in a wheelchair. Here's
the thing.
Unbelievable.
You want to know the best part? The best part? His legs worked.
What?
I fucking broke his legs, Misery style, so he'd fucking be in the fucking wheelchair. I took him out. It wasn't even my dog. No, this dog's back legs were dead. So she took a picture of me. She thought I was the owner of this dog, like this rich Chelsea guy who like wouldn't kill his dog and just kept it alive to like put in a wheelchair to look like a fucking idiot. And and so she took a picture, put it on Instagram, and she didn't know I was a comic. And then my buddies were like, "Yo, that's a comic, blah, blah, blah." 5 years later, she starts following me on Instagram then. She was living in LA.
Yeah.
She just happened to be in New York. Then she came to New York 5 years later. She's like, "Hey, you're probably not still a dog walker." I was like, "Oh, more than ever. If anything, I'm more dog than human at this point." And so then I just she just hired me. And the first day she's like, "Hey, why don't you host for me at Caroline's?"
Jeez.
Like in a month. Because I told her that like when I meet like new people and I want to impress them, I tell them every like horrible thing about me, Like,
that is the way to impress somebody.
Wait, no. Wait, if you're saying what I think you're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think I'm on board with this. Is this just like you get all your cards on the table, so there's no skeletons, that there's no like you're gonna find out in a month that I did XYZ, and I'd rather just tell you that now so that you're down with me? Is it that sort of thing?
Yeah, like it's like. But the problem is I do it on like dates,
Yeah.
But I wasn't trying to fuck.
Call that self-sabatage in the business. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my brand. And what I did, like I would tell her like funny story. Like I got an AIDS test when I was still a virgin because I fingered a girl and I bite my nails. Like,
so
did you do that?
I didn't take it that far, but I have for sure Googled, "Can you get AIDS from a hangnail?" I mean, that is the most relatable shit I've ever heard.
What? You were both. I mean, look,
John, you think that you can get cancer from fucking someone coughing on you? You didn't think you could get AIDS from?
I always said when I was younger I wouldn't shake Magic Johnson's hand because I'm still not fucking.
Yeah. So don't you?
He wouldn't shake your hand. He's fucking Magic Johnson, you loser.
That was honestly something. I'd be like 19 years old. Like, I wouldn't shake Magic Johnson's hand. Like, I'm failing out of college at Florida State. And I'm like, Magic Johnson? No thanks, dude.
Yo, don't you throw stolons? I still don't understand how you can't. If I have a hangnail and I'm in there. And there's any transfer of fluids and we are locked up and there's no air, how do you not get AIDS?
That makes sense.
Also, I mean, a lot of people thought maybe like Was I eating the AIDS off my fingers? Like a week later. It all started with a girl on a cruise that had the smelliest pussy I've ever smelled. We were outside on a lawn chair, and the ship almost had to turn around. Like, it was horrendous. And I was like 15, and I was like, that's it. I got AIDS because I watched the movie Kids. And I was like, that pussy smells worse than AIDS. Yeah.
You hiked her bikini to the side, thought you found like, oh, we must be stumbling on one of those trash islands that just
I thought there was a dead whale on the ship. It was fucking horrendous, bro. It was like, yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you do carnival,
I know a guy who hooked up with a girl in the backseat of a car, and he went down on her. And it was so bad, and he's basically hotboxing himself in the back seat of like a little tiny car. He actually leaned his head out the window and puked. It was an old school car. It was rolled down, so he rolled it and puked.
And he got back in the mix?
Blamed it on being like fucked up, like, oh, I'm so drunk or whatever.
Dude, that's like fucking Russ Tyler in Mighty Ducks, where he's like, you swig some water, you take some air, you get back out there and do it again.
I just love that. That's like they're like, if that was How I Met Your Mother ended, I would watch that show if it was like, dude, this guy met her pussy was so smelly. Get this, he threw up while fucking her and then married her.
My buddy told me Saget was the dad at the end. He'd be like, "Oh, that's why it's been Bob Saget the whole time."
Yeah. Very on brand,
dude. This is why you can't tell your buddies like hookup stories like that, because what if he ended up like my buddy told me a story about how he hooked up with this girl and she had a yellow discharge coming out of her pussy, and he like fucked her on top of a mountain in the middle of the day so you could see everything. You could see all the hairs.
My God.
And then he married this girl. So it's like. So we know her as Yellow Discharge Girl. Yeah. She got a nickname. You're gonna be Mrs. Yellow.
What up, YD? How we doing, YD?
Oh, big word, pussy. And now he married her. You know what I mean? And so it's like you got to watch out when you hook up with and give a nickname, because that's gonna stick.
That's why you can't tell anyone anything ever. That like I don't tell someone I broke up with a girlfriend for like 3 months before I'm sure it's like locked in. Because then once you tell them like, good, I fucking hated her. And you get drunk on Saturday night and like, guess who's got a girlfriend again? And it's all back. You leave that shit for like a long, long, long time. I don't tell someone I broke up until I have a new girlfriend. I'm like, okay, by the way, he's the man.
Or when you do tell them you broke up, you can't tell them like the real reason. Because then if you get back together with her, they think that you're a fucking asshole. You know what I mean? Be like, yeah, it just like didn't work out. If you tell her that like, she threw a brick through your window and like, slit the tires on your car, and then you're back together with her, it's like, well, what are you doing, you asshole? So yeah. Gotta keep it tight lips all the time, dude. And really, I mean,
also your friend like
your pussy discharges. Just keep that in the vault no matter what,
Also, don't fuck a girl on top of a mountain in the middle of the day. Wait till around 8 p.m. What are you doing? I mean, you might look like a murderer. You're like, hey, let's go to the top of the mountain at 9.
The only reason I feel safe having sex on top of a mountain at night is because like I know I suck at it, so like we're not gonna get any wolf calls. Like if you're doing a good job up there, you might be attracting like a pack of wolves. Like what's the animal dying up there? Luckily for me, it's silence. I don't even know what's going on.
I also like the idea. I can blame the mountain. Like if I don't put in a good effort, it's like, well, I was stumbling on the rocks and the gravel, and I thought there was a wolf over there. It wasn't me. It was the mountain. Yeah,
if I'm gonna fuck on top of a mountain, I gotta train like a football team does before they go play the Broncos. Like get those fucking the masks on and go running in high altitude. Dude, I have.
Yeah, you sleep in one of those fucking ventilator things. Yeah, you sleep in one of those oxygen tanks. Like, what are you doing? I'm gonna fuck a girl with yellow discharge in 3 months. But it's on the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, so I gotta train.
Like Rocky in Rocky 4, I'm carrying fucking tree trunks on my back, just trying to get ready to fuck this girl, man. So shit, though, that's crazy. I never thought about that. I definitely have. We just kind of connected with Nikki over the past 6 months or whatever, and I was thinking about her. Like she just popped. She's doing theaters. She's on TV. She's got her special. She just made it, and now that comes to a halt for her. But same thing for you, since you guys are like an operation now. Fuck, sorry, man. That stinks.
It is what it is. I mean, the good news is there is none.
But I mean, the good news is that I think Nikki's like not the type who's gonna fucking kick you to the curb or whatever. As soon as this resumes, you're back in action, right?
How long were you in where's Nikki from? Is it Missouri?
She's in St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah, Missouri. I nailed it. Were you like stuck with her parents for a while? I feel like I saw you on IG a lot there.
No, we did a couple shows over there. That's why.
Okay, I thought you got stuck quarantined there for a bit. I was surprised to see you back in New York.
I almost went out there because the show we were shooting that never is going to be shot was going to be filming at her house, and I was going to like go there and just be a part of the show. But it's probably a good thing that I didn't. The one good thing that came out of this, honestly, is I like started to monetize my podcast, which I never would have done because I was making money other places. And so I was like, oh, I can make money. Like I have like this many like it just like I'm that lazy and like and so this forced me to like, so instead of like filling out a form for unemployment, I monetized my podcast. So that's good.
The people, the comics right now who just rely on the stage, I mean, you're fucked. And not, you can't really blame them because it's unprecedented. It's not like you ever could foresee that all of live comedy would shut down. But it's just important to know, like, you gotta keep like diversifying. You gotta have different ways to make money because if you put all your eggs in one basket, you're fucked.
I mean, you could get paid to fuck a girl on top of a mountain, but I mean, I'm in New York, and that's like a 4-hour drive to the Catskills.
Not me, bro. Nobody's paying me to fuck them on any top of mountains anywhere. Even if you got a discharge, I ain't getting that money.
They pay me to throw them off the mountain. Come on. I don't fuck good. So, but I was finally getting laid a lot. That's
that was going to be my next question. I feel like you're very open about your dating life, and so I mean, you would just report back. You'd go on a date, and then either on Instagram or on the podcast, you'd be like, "Yeah, we did it. We were fucking doing it, man." Do any of these girls ever say like, "Hey, can you not do that?" Or they not care?
Every one of them. All of them. Everyone. It's a problem. I definitely. You don't tell your friends like something. I tell the world. The world. Like 48 people, but like a lot. But I fuck up. I do that a lot. I'm like, But what I try to do is I try to like point it at me. Only one time did I point it at the girl, and I got caught, and it wasn't good.
What did you point?
Go into deep. Just. The vagina wasn't the best, and it just wasn't. Yeah, so that was. And I did that on Sirius Radio, and her one of her relatives was in a rental car randomly and heard it. So
what are the chances? Because a lot of people don't have it in their regular car. It had to be in the rental car. It had to be Sirius. It had to be the relative. That's just bad luck, man.
I said it was bad one day. One day.
When you're getting ready for those, do you ever? Like we talk about it all the time. Like I did one the other day where I wrote a blog where like every second I'm writing this blog, I'm like, I shouldn't be writing this.
Yeah.
This is something that I know the person I'm talking about is going to read this.
What blog are you? What blog is that, John?
Honestly, I don't think it's the one you're thinking of. It was the Zoom meeting one.
Okay.
It wasn't anything like that. It wasn't anything intimate at all. It was just how I'm so fucking pissed about people making me be on Zoom meetings. And I had just had a one-on-one meeting with someone who made me be on a Zoom who worked for a company and I'm writing the fucking blog on. And I knew they were going to read it. It was their fucking job to read this blog I'm about to read. And I was like, but I don't know. This is fucking funny. This is funny and it's annoying. So guess what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to post it.
Slave to the joke, right?
If you don't have that feeling, that like, oh, fuck. That's the thing that moves the needle.
Right.
I mean, that's what your company, I feel like, is built on. I mean, it's that, oh, fuck. I shouldn't fucking put up a picture of Tom Brady's kid's dick. Like that.
Well, the real problem with him is that he doesn't have that feeling ever. He just is like, what? I don't even get it. But the rest of us at least have some sort of conscience. And that's, that's why I'm fucking single dad right now. I mean, you say a bunch of shit that you shouldn't say because a fuck ton of people are going to laugh at it. That's just the game, right?
Hey, at least sports are gone. So,
Dude, did you see that headline again today with Fauci?
No. Oh, about the widespread testing or whatever?
No, it's just like Fauci's like, they're probably aren't going to do sports again this year. Motherfucker has said that daily.
I know.
3 months.
Yeah.
Every single day he's asked, when are sports? He's going to fucking snap like a dad with like are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Yes.
You get sports when you get sports.
But
there's other things going on.
How about the people still writing those headlines every time? It's like, this is going to be, a new story every single time he says it. It's the same answer every fucking time.
It's
also Fauci can't fucking could never do a college layup. That fucking pussy.
No,
you know what I mean? Like
the hoop, man. He could ball.
Could he? Oh, my bad. I didn't realize he could ball. My bad. Never mind. I take it back.
He played high school ball at Regis, and he was like 5'4", and they said he could you could run through a brick wall. He was like a fucking monster. Imagine that little guinea on the court just fucking tearing it up.
I love that you know his stats.
Oh yeah, I dug in.
Fucking Fauci in 1806. Fucking 40, 12, and 7. I mean, 5'4" back then was 6'9".
Even if you're right though, even if sport he's dealing with like catastrophic loss of life, and you got these assholes being like, do you think that OTA camp is going to be possible in August? I don't fucking care.
Excuse me, Dr. Fauci, do you think there's any realistic possibility the entire NHL could move to North Dakota for a few months? It's like, dude, I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'll do it outside. Those we'll be spread out for miles. Yeah, no, that's
crazy, man.
Yeah,
but the podcast, it's interesting though. It's like I think we had a couple ideas that we started doing that we were sitting on for months. And this, for whatever reason, is the impetus to do it. Like, oh, okay, now this is going to be extremely logistically difficult and hard with the camera. Yeah, let's do it now. Fuck it, let's do it now. But yeah, it really is kind of a motivator of some people.
Dude, I'm getting better guests than I would ever get. I could get Barack Obama probably in like 3 days. Like that's where the world is right now. No one has anything,
Yeah,
I'm wondering get, like Axl Rose to fucking put the fucking band back together just for my Zoom. I don't know. It's crazy.
You think it's because people are just like, well, I'm sitting on my couch and don't have anything to do? Do you think that there's part of them that are like, maybe subconsciously, like there are bigger things in this world? Like I'm going to stop being an asshole, stop being like elitist. Like I'll even talk to Andrew Colin, that fucking slub. Like what exactly is the why is it changing? I can't figure out what it is, but I'm happy it is.
I think it's bored. He was bored out of fucking
bored. Right. Right.
Yeah, and
I'll even talk to Andrew Colin, like whatever.
I mean, do you know my stats in high school, you fucking piece of shit? I mean, that's what I'm actually more sad that high school basketball is not going on right now. Is it a pedophile? Am I a pedophile if I know the stats for Mikey Williams or whatever? Like, I follow high school sports more than like.
Don't say that out loud. Don't say that out loud.
Do you really? That's like, that's what we had a guy at Barstool probably 2 years ago who left to like found, or at least some kind of founding, or one of the early members of like a high school sports company. Where it's
Overtime, right? Something like that. Overtime, where it just like covers local high school.
I mean, what do you think a scout is? A scout goes to high schools and it's like, yo, that kid's got good legs, a solid
You're not
ass.
A scout, Andrew. You're just a creep. If you were a scout, I would say, okay, he's a scout. You're not.
I wrote an email to the Jets.
The scouts are
Jets.com.
Unnecessarily sexual in their description of high school athletes.
Yeah.
Like you ever read like Jeter's fucking scouting report? It's like he's got a great ass, fucking his lips. I could kiss the shit out of them. They're I'm trying to pull it up. Jeter's
cock on him.
He grips a bat with 2 hands. I could just imagine it on my hard cock. Oh, and those baby hazel eyes. For a black guy doesn't usually have green eyes. It's great. The guy's like, all right, dude. Well, first of all, great work. He's a hell of an athlete. I mean, you found a shortstop in Michigan. That's like finding like a fucking, I don't know, a fucking quarterback in Dominican Republic. It's unbelievable.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's
back to the dating shit though. It's funny because I've thought once I became single and I see the fucking Bachelor every week and how it gets about a bajillion viewers. And I thought to myself, what if I did a little online version of this? What if I publicized and like recapped? I'm going to go on a date on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, I'm going to tell you what it was like. And I won't give out any names or anything, but we'll be pretty open, and she'll know what's going on. Turn it into like an online series. And I was like, nah, I can't. You can't do that. And that really, the people who do on the Bachelor, I don't know. You can do it. I wouldn't be able to put my own shit out there. And so I started thinking about all those people who do that reality shit. It's kind of crazy to just totally put all your game, everything out there for the world is pretty extreme, but that's just what you do, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like friends with like the Summer House Girls. Like that's a show on TV. I feel like reality TV, these fucking people become bigger celebrities than the biggest movie stars in the world now. Yeah. And it's because like people can watch a movie and be like Daniel Day-Lewis and be like, yeah, I can't do that, but I could fucking get fingered in an alley, with a camera when after I drank a little bit of Fireball, and they feel like they could do that. So then they're like, I could be on TV too. Yeah. And that's so that being said, it would be fun. The problem is like after like 2 weeks and you're not going to fuck these girls. You're just doing internet dating. You're gonna lose steam, I think, on this. Like, you know what I mean? And what kind of girls are you gonna get coming to you? You know what I mean? You have 2 kids and you crack your neck. Every morning I get a video of your neck cracking. What kind of girl's gonna fuck you?
It's so great though. It's just you'd be surprised, by the way. You would be surprised, by the way. Some of the DMs I've gotten after those neck cracks. That's all I'm saying.
What? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. The people who like that shit, they like that shit. Trust me.
The same person that liked that did the scouting report for Jeter. Like that's who you're fucking. A fucking creep.
Dude, that's like you might as well start popping pimples and shit. To get the fuck out. You might have gotten some DMs about it, but not from people who are like it's like getting DMs like I feel like a girl when it's like, oh, like let me see your panties. It's like not someone you want to sell your panties to. It's like with neck crack, I gotta feel like it's someone you don't want to crack your neck for, or have cracked your neck.
I don't know, John. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe.
Also, I love that you.
I don't believe you, but I believe the smile on your face.
Also, I love that you.
That's how I met your mother. He was cracking his neck, and I was coming to it.
I also love you, Kevin, because you got more sympathy for not having corona than 90 people that died.
But
like Kevin's like, I'm in line. I have a tickle in my throat. Pray for me. And I crack my neck loud. So send me some pussy shots. Pray for me. Hashtag, I might be dying. I have 2 kids and I made tacos tonight.
I'll tell you what, you fucking consume the shit.
Yeah, you know a little too much.
Well, you're a private. I haven't followed you yet, Feidelberg. I'm coming after you too.
You know a little bit too much, Andrew.
Mine is nothing. Mine is swipe ups for podcasts and t-shirts. I got
I'm going over to Co-op City soon. There's this place in the hood.
Dude, I watched the Barstool fucking doc. I watched all 16, I don't know, it's like 85 episodes.
Yo, you know what I love?
The story of how you guys date rate your way to billions of dollars. It's unbelievable.
I like how when the MJ documentary started, and it's something I'm just realizing it right now, how fucking big of an asshole I am, where like for when Tiger King started, I'd be like, who needs 7 episodes? And MJ started, I'm like, who needs 10 episodes? Barstool Sports. Oh, you want me to sit down for episode 25? Sure.
You had an hour on your rap battle with some girl in Texas named Taco Tuesday or something. Like and you know what? I fucking loved it, and I liked it more than the Last Dance. I'm not even kidding. I'm not just kissing your ass. I loved yours when you went on tour in that bus with the long hair guy that played football at UNC, which I have no idea how he got on the team. I thought, I mean, it's insane to me. Could he throw a football, or he just? And then he was good.
He was good enough, but he did this director of morale thing where I think people just loved him in the locker room.
Because he went. It's actually an unbelievable story. He went to study abroad, which I thought was unheard of for Division I college athletes. Yeah. Went to study abroad in Scotland, came back and was just like, "Hey, coach, I haven't touched a weight in 6 months. I'm done."
And here's the thing:
he liked him, so
he's that good looking. Like he's that good looking where he looks like a young Fabio. Like he's fucking hot, and fucking Dave like wined and dined him because he would want to fuck him if he was gay.
Yeah, Dave is pretty much like you could be the funniest, most talented person in the world. If you're not cool, if you're not like hot, you're
hot. You have to be hot, young and hot. That's what he likes, man. And it's hilarious because guys will be like, I ain't gay. And it's like, you're only hiring guys you would fuck. No, but he was the team morale guy. He was like a mascot with a clipboard.
Yep.
You know?
I mean,
that bus tour I was so jealous, but I'd be dead in a day, you know?
Yeah, that took years off his life. I remember you on the Blackout Tour days because he was still blogging. He's trying to connect on some like hotspot internet card as he drives and parties.
We used to before we got a hotspot, we used to like intentionally drive next to like Peter Pan buses because they had Wi-Fi.
Just lean up against them.
No, I think it's in the back. I think it's in the back. Slow down a bit.
It's like doing like work outside of Starbucks. It's like, yeah. Oh, there's a bus. Hurry. But we're going to Mississippi. Nah, Alabama now. Yeah. I need to download this porn. Yeah. Fucking girl getting fucked on a mountain. No, dude. I mean, I don't know. Is it weird though? Like you guys are aging, right? Like a little bit. Like let's not, So and then your demographic is younger. Like if you went to a college and you're wearing your Letterman jacket, do you feel like? Does it feel like weird? You know what I mean? Like if you were
if I went anywhere and I was wearing a Letterman jacket, I would kill myself. Yes, so that would definitely feel weird. We've done, I think, a pretty good job of aging with our. Like, I think the listeners of our podcast are probably the guys who started in 2009 and have now kept up with us. I think that sometimes the college kids will probably tune in and they'll be like, all right, this is like Ghost of Christmas Future for us, but they're not like into it. And then some guys I think are just Peter Pan who are just like, still delivering the 21-year-old content. But I'd rather just keep it real and try to be, I'm not going to be able to, I can't keep up with the music, the style, the slang, all that shit, So yeah. I think that we probably got an age appropriate fan base, but yeah, I mean, there's definitely we had a kid.
Barstool's fan base is very sectioned, where they're like it's not just men anymore, but like there are like I feel like we had Snap. I get yelled at in the street. This is crazy. I get yelled at in the street as like the Snapchat guy because I do fucking 30 seconds it takes a day by like construction workers. I never knew that construction workers were Snapchat fans. It's like, hey, I know you're the Snapchat guy. Like they're outside our office. This is the real tragedy of coronavirus. Outside our office, there has been waging a very intense anti-union protest.
Yeah, big time labor strike
by someone in our building. It was not very successful because I still don't know what company they were mad at. But like those union guys would be like, "Hey, you're the Snapchat dude. I know you."
Right, you know what? Call off the protest. We had no idea that Mr. Snapchat was in there. The guy that does the goofs. Yeah.
But then, like,
he's the goofy guy.
High school, college kids love the Instagram, and then like there's everything. I think Kevin's right. I think our podcast is probably pretty age appropriate. But yeah, there's everything.
Colin, you gonna get on TikTok or what, bro?
I am. I did like 4 of them. I'm done. It's just talk about feeling like a pedophile. I just feel like
I think that's what we all did. I made a couple. He made a couple. They didn't work. I thought to myself, why in the world would like a 15-year-old ever watch this? I'm out. And
there's no talent involved.
That's not true, though. That's not true. There are some talented people. We say this. We always say this about every app, and we say this is stupid, this is dumb, and the next thing you know, it like rules the world. It's like, well, I don't know if it's stupid or dumb, but this is. It's like
but Vine was dumb.
Even if
I said Vine was dumb, Vine's done. Where's Vine?
But
tell me where Vine is. Where's Vine?
It's Vine should have never died. It was awesome. You picked out the one that died. Snapchat came along. It's huge.
MySpace. Where's MySpace? Where's Friendster?
Yo, you ever seen that fucking Tom dude? You know Tom, the MySpace guy, Tom?
Yeah, he's worth $540 million.
Yeah,
dude, it's people like he has one of my favorite clapbacks on Twitter. Him and Frankie Muniz, where like Tom, it was like, I'm gonna find it.
What did he say?
I'm finding it right now.
Yeah, that's one thing where people would probably be like, oh, MySpace, what a fucking abject failure that was. And it's like, 500 million, and I'm not, and meanwhile, Zuckerberg is like sitting before Congress getting grilled for like fake news during the election, and Tom from MySpace is probably just fucking hosed with $500 million. Who really won?
Here's Tom's tweet. He tweeted, this is from back in 2012. Tom tweeted, people keep asking, so I'll say it. Fear over Instagram's terms change is ridiculous. Get real, folks. Someone replied to him, says the guy who was not able to keep a social network alive. Tom replied, says the guy who sold MySpace in 2005 for $580 million while you slave away hoping for a day off. He's like,
kill himself.
He's actually like an interesting, like a pretty good Instagram photographer now. Just like goes to crazy places, takes cool pictures.
I'm sure he's probably living the best life out of all these guys. Fucking Sean Parker, Mark Zuckerberg, all these guys. He can walk down the street, nobody bothers him. He's got $500 million in the tank, and he doesn't do anything. He just takes pictures. Sign me up. Fuck.
I love Tom. I love all these fucking. Tom just was like, I need friends. How do I get friends? Like, I'll force myself onto millions of people like a U2 fucking on an iPhone. Like, that's what he did. And then it's like, it's just a picture of him. Like, you remember that? Everyone knows the picture of him in a white T-shirt. Just,
that was his Twitter picture. I don't think he has Twitter anymore. But that picture was his Twitter picture for that tweet I just read.
One of the most iconic pictures ever, man. Don't hate on Tom.
And Frankie Muniz was your acting is just awful. Sorry, but it is. Frankie Muniz replied, yeah, being retired with $40 million since 19 has not been awful. Good luck moving out of your mom's house before 35.
Yo, we got to get Frankie Muniz up on this bitch. I feel like he did the podcast, right?
At this point, yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course he would. Yes, dude. I mean, I told you, I got Barack coming in.
Did you give yourself a haircut?
Andrew was waiting to ask.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, what was that?
You're impressed?
We've been yelling about how, I
also got a mustache, but the hair came in on the beard. But I got a mustache, and I got this fucking. I always wanted to know what it looked like to want to kill Jews, considering I'm a Jew.
I was gonna say, did you say let's go for Hitler here because it's super Nazi?
Yeah. I mean, look, I finally went for it. You know, this whole time I've been a self-hating Jew, and I was like, what's the look that would really think like, hey, look at? I mean, it's not bad though. I kind of look like a hot soccer player.
Oh, is that what we're going with?
Yeah, I look like Neymar.
I don't hate that spin zone. I can see it a bit. I could if you could do like a rainbow flip or I don't know any other soccer terminology. I'd be like, that makes it, like if you went to a park right now and just brought a soccer ball. People would be like, that's a soccer dude.
Oh, yeah, that guy's from Europe. That guy's from, like, the middle of Spain, like an island off of Spain.
Oh, and we are really giving ourselves credit here today. Jesus. I thought you were going to tell me that you look like one of the Peaky Blinders or something, and you just went
Peaky Blinders.
You went full-blown European athlete. Okay, Andrew Colin, you fucking Hitler motherfucker.
Well, the problem is my hair's receding. There's nothing worse than a balding mohawk, you know?
Yeah,
because everyone's like, shave it to the point. Like, no, this is a mohawk. I'm not balding and aging, and I'm fucking, you know, my dick is turning brown or whatever. I don't know.
It's really, you could just get that. That's Feidelberg's got that.
I mean, you both have great hair. I mean, no, you got the great hair too. I mean, you guys have presidential. I mean, it's
I
incredible.
like that.
I like that. Presidential hair. I don't know if we have anything else presidential, but sure.
Yeah.
Are you from New York, Andrew?
No, I'm from Florida originally. My dad's from New York, and my mom's from Chicago. But I was born in Miami.
I saw you tweet about the. Oh, you were born in Miami?
Yeah, but I was raised in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
What?
When I went to
the Mets, there, except for the Mets.
Yeah.
I went down there for a week once to cover them for spring training, and I was like, "This is the most desolate place on earth." And you live there?
Yeah. That's what makes this.
Are you a Mets fan?
Yeah, I loved like the early Mets, you know, in the 80s. I'd go to Shea Stadium with my grandpa, which was fucking awesome. So like I do have like amazing memories going to the games with him and fucking selling cocaine to Strawberry. It was pretty dope. my grandpa would be like, "Yo, Doc Gooden, God, he likes the good shit. Get the good shit."
Could you imagine getting if you were Doc and Daryl's drug dealer in the 80s? Huh. It's probably Tom from MySpace. He's probably retired off that shit, man. Jeez.
Could you imagine the sales pitch of like, hey, Doc Gooden pitched a no-hitter and Strawberry hit a ball 900 feet and they did more cocaine last night than a whole fucking Colombian drug house, you know? Yeah. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try your coke. Yeah, that's cool.
You want to be like them? Here you go. Fuck.
Damn roll. Yeah, so I was a Mets fan growing up, and that was really the only thing there. And I played baseball, and I played baseball with Rick Ankiel in Little League, actually. Talk about cocaine. His dad got arrested for selling cocaine.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't? He had like 9 tons on a boat.
Holy selling stuff in fucking Little League.
Bro, he had like 40 tons of cocaine on a canoe. Like it was crazy. I think that's the story. I could just be making it up. But no, Rick Ankiel was nasty. He played for the Cardinals in Little League and had a 12-6 curveball that dropped and he played catcher as a left-hander. And he wasn't even the best pitcher on his team. There was this guy, Freddie O'Brien, that like hit 80 as a Little Leaguer. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm just mad.
Just to be clear,
baseball is one of those things though, like Little League baseball. Like I don't remember like my best friend from middle school, but like I remember the fucking pitchers who used to give me trouble. Timmy Boyce threw a football pitch. I don't think that's a real thing, right? It's just like a fucking
football pitch.
Yeah, we used to say it was a football pitch, and it was just like I don't know what the fuck it was. Like we were in like 7. Like that's a football pitch. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know. Cool. I think it meant he held it like this. I think we were just. I didn't think we just didn't know what a curveball was.
Right.
It's a completely foreign idea to us.
The thing with Little League is when you hit puberty. Like you could hit puberty when you're 11 and you're 6'5", pitching from 30 feet away, and it's like this guy's the next fucking whatever, I can't even think of one pitch. Not good, and it's like no, he just hit puberty. He just has hair on his dick. Like that's the difference.
That was Danny Almonte. It turned out he was like 21. People, because they do age differently. It was like, yeah, okay, this guy can throw 85, no big deal. I played against a kid. His name was Greg Becker. He had to be 295 in like the 4th grade. This kid was huge, and I think he got left back, or he had one of those birthdays right on the cutoff, so he like doubled up, and he would just hit tank jobs off us all day long. I was like, is this even fun for you, bro? I remember I pitched against him with the bases loaded, and people were like, walk him. I'm like, what is he, Barry Bonds? What's going on here?
His butt's tied in the bottom of the 9th. Like, it'd be better to just lose by 1. Yeah, Jeremy O'Brien. I remember him. You remember their first and last names too. It's like Eric Tomko. Like they're fucking like they played in the pros. It's like Jeremy O'Brien, he was homeschooled so he could play baseball all day. And he fucking he broke his hand. He broke his right hand, right? He still played with one hand hitting home runs. And I know that's like a Paul Bunyan story. He just would hit home runs with just his cock. But but I swear to God, like one hand, Jeremy O'Brien. Fucking
dude, there was a kid, I've talked about this kid on the Sirius show before. And he his name still keeps me up to this day. It was this pitcher for New Bedford, Blake Youngblood. What am I even gonna do? Stepping in the box against Blake fucking Youngblood. I forfeit. I don't want to play. I don't want to play anymore. Your name is too scary. I'm out of here.
The homeschool is an extra element too. I played Mike Nussbaum, and he was another kid who. I mean, he was the size of Paul Bunyan, and I knew him in T-ball. So we were like young, where you're playing with those squishy balls. And those squishy balls, even if as an adult, I don't think I could hit them very far because they're not hard. And the fences would be like a home run would be the infield basically. And he was hitting like real home runs. It was like we had to run like hundreds of feet to collect the balls this homeschool giant was hitting. What a
bro!
weird.
I was so small too. I was a pretty good athlete, but I was like, I didn't hit puberty till I remember I got caught looking for pubes. Remember when you would look for pubes when you were like 12? You're like, if I could just get 2 pubes, fucking Dave will think I'm cool.
Dude, yeah. Bro, I fucking didn't get that shit until like junior year of high school, and like my hockey team threw a party. Like we got into the group chat like 5 pubes.
Bro, it was such a big deal to get pubes. It was so funny. I remember my mom was looking. I went out in the yard to get better sunlight, to see if the crops were growing, And I was like, maybe the sunlight would make my pubes grow. Yeah, I went to the top of a mountain, and my mom's just looking out the window like, my son is a fucking absolute fucking idiot. Like, this is unbelievable. And then she was probably turned on. She got a little wet probably in there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What? We're having fun.
You know what? I was gonna say, and that's how you end up being a funny comedian. Thanks for coming on the show. And I let you go one sentence too long. And you said that your mother got wet. You sick fuck. You
Look, she was wet already. She was wet already.
God.
I'm not gonna say it was all me. It wasn't all me.
Christ.
I'm not cocky. I won't take all the credit.
I had no pubes. I had none. What is she gonna want to fuck a guy with no pubes? I mean, maybe.
You are sick. You're a funny
look.
cat, though, man. You're a funny dude, Andrew Colin.
Oh, dude, I love you guys, man. I honestly I had Myers Leonard on my podcast recently. He plays for the Heat, and I'm like interviewing an athlete, and I was like, God, I just want to fucking. And I realized that was your whole thing, and I was like, yeah, but they just knew. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, but you guys knew Jay Cutler. And then you knew, I watched your diet. I was like, you knew one other guy, Eric, whatever. And the next thing you know, they told someone, and it all has to start somewhere. So maybe Myers will get I'll ask him, but he'll probably just not write me back. I'm like, hey, can you get me Jimmy Butler? He's like, how about the towel guy? How about the janitor that doesn't have a job anymore? Yeah. I'll take it. Does he know the team?
You interviewed him on Puddles?
Yeah, he was on Puddles podcast. It was great, man. I did research and I was like, oh, I gotta So I'm like, oh, in high school you were all state, and then he's like, yeah, I was all state, and it was very formal. It's the first real interview I ever did.
Well, you're doing it, man. Puddles is the podcast, Puddle Podcast. You can go check it out. The Patreon's available now too if you want to sign up. And you can check out, all the stuff he's done with Nikki and follow. Are you just Andrew Colin on Instagram?
Andrew T. Colin on Instagram.
So check it out.
Right now I'm dancing to the Yin Yang Twins, throwing my dick out there. You know what I mean?
Wiggle dick cloud.
Yeah, you're a wiggle dicker. Andrew is one of the wiggle dickers. So buckle up. And he does have pubes now on his face. It's the Hitler mustache. Thanks a lot, bro. We appreciate it.
Thank
Your
you
mom's wet.
Right. Oh, Jesus. Goodbye.
Hey, your mom's wet. Your mom's wet. Everyone's mom is wet. Okay, later.